about his MrBeast videos to an AI and prompted it to tell him what to make next, the output would be what he's already making. That's grim. So yeah, it's a content mill, but it's like the largest and most successful content mill ever on YouTube. Nothing that he makes is a reflection of his own interest. There's never a message or a thing that he wants to get out there. There's no like information he wants to convey or personality that he wants to put forward. But that's been true for all YouTubers who get to the top. I don't think so, actually. Smosh, PewDiePie, I don't know about Two Best Friends, but at the very least, PewDiePie was always PewDiePie. Like, I'm not just talking about people playing up something or like faking something for views or whatever. I'm talking about like, there's a very specific and deliberate artlessness to what MrBeast does. Markiplier? No. I'm not just talking about big popular people or whatever, okay? Markiplier acts like a human. Markiplier's videos are dripping with his personality. But MrBeast doesn't have a personality in his videos, and that's deliberate, because that's the quote that I'm looking for. In reviewing dozens of MrBeast videos from over the years, Donaldson has nearly erased himself as a person from his episodic output. If viewers don't really see him having fun, that's by design. Donaldson has outright said he sees personality as a limitation for growth. Once noting in a podcast that hinging your content on who you are as a person means risking not being liked. And if someone doesn't like a creator as a person, they may not give the videos a chance. This is a kind of grim that I don't think existed in previous media, you know? I don't know. Like, I don't know what the equivalent of this would be. I can't really think of like a movie or TV show that's been designed to be this artless and without personality. Because the Marvel movies, in comparison, are dripping with artistry, right? The talent and hard work of a bunch of costume designers, CGI artists, actors. Like, there's tons of stuff in Marvel movies that are like, it is art, you know? It can be artless in a sense, but, like, it's no comparison. Basically a stripper at this point. I don't like that comparison. Stripping's just, you know, you're just a model and a dancer. You know, I don't think there's plenty of personality in stripping. I mean, there can be. This is very specific. This is like, I don't think anything else is like this. I think this is its own thing. Totally unique. Maybe early 2000s reality TV is the closest. Maybe, but reality TV by definition is driven by personality, right? So even if reality TV is soulless in its construction, at the very least, like, the personalities of the people you're filming are the central element, right? Even if they're faked, it's still faked personality. This is scrubbed clean of everything. There's nothing left. McLaughlin's comments hit at another bleak possibility. Viewers may hardly see MrBeast having fun in his videos because he's not actually having a good time. In podcast, Donaldson tells hosts that he goes so hard he won't stop working until he burns out and isn't able to do anything at all. With a laugh, he admits that he has a mental breakdown every other week. No, Abijak, that's just a self-insert character. There's no, that's pretty common. If he ever stops for a breather, he says, he gets depressed. MrBeast is so laser focused on generating content on YouTube. It's just content, right? Like content. That he describes his personality as YouTube. Garrett Main, why would I need to watch one of his videos to see his personality when he himself is saying that he strips his personality from the videos? Why would I contest him on that point? He acknowledges that this brutal approach to videos, which has cratered many creators over the years, is not healthy. Do you ever worry about burning out in a similar fashion? No, I'm very lazy. People shouldn't be like me. I don't have a life. I don't have a personality, he said in a podcast recorded in 2023. Yikes. Yeah, really, Ryan. Where this gets stickier is knowing what makes any of it possible. MrBeast's videos are so expensive with budgets in the millions, he can barely afford them. The main channel often operates at a loss, which is part of why his business has expanded to include food items that can be bought multiple times, and therefore have a higher profit margin. Sponsorship brands. Donaldson admits in a number of podcast appearances he was afraid of putting anything complex in his videos. What if a viewer didn't get it and stopped watching? Donaldson might very well be an advertiser's absolute dream, the logical endpoint of an internet that's been flattened into a samey, straightforward sludge of optimized content. I'm glad this article is on the exact same wavelength as me. Are we sure this isn't sympathy baiting? I don't see how it would be. I mean, the article certainly doesn't seem positive about this. So far, much of what's been heralded in YouTube's era of MrBeast sounds bleak, but the next era might already be upon us. If the old YouTube was Instagram, the new YouTube might be more like TikTok. Short videos. More and more Americans are turning to TikTok for their news. Terrifying. But the most influential YouTubers of the next era already don't resemble the prototypical MrBeast video. Look at Sam Sulek, Dodford, or the rise of Korkor. I have no idea what any of those things are. At all. He's been screaming less, messing around with his friends way more. The videos are slower and by extension feature a longer runtime than his older videos. He's including sillier material, even if it doesn't seem pertinent to the video. More personality then. Hopefully this fad passes. Yeah, it's grim. I do think that fundamentally people crave art and personality. There's a reason why MrBeast videos are popular predominantly with like 13-year-olds or younger. Not even 13, right? Like MrBeast is a fixation for young people. So like I don't know, how much artistry are 10-year-olds even going to pick up on? Well, I shouldn't say that. Young people are perfectly capable of benefiting from better stuff to look at than what MrBeast has offered. Maybe less, 2 to 5. Yeah, are his videos rated for kids? Is it like made for kids? No, because there were comments under the videos. Okay, so they're not like made and intended for 5-year-olds or whatever, but why are his thumbnails so soulless? Have you seen his view counts? It is funny because MrBeast thumbnails have always looked like shit, you know? Like they look really low effort, but you know, he probably has it down to a science.
I'm gonna give away this.
He does have it down to a science. I guess some of these newer thumbnails look better than the older ones. 1/3 of a billion views. 1/3 of a billion views. Oh, here's the one I saw with him doing the soy jack point at a hole in the ground. He creeps me out. I do think that he is the Antichrist. I stand by my statement on this. Yeah, I've seen that one, Rave Dubin. Yeah, last to take the hands-off jet keeps it. 1 versus $1 million hotel room. He started photoshopping his face to be a toothy smile because the algorithm doesn't like soy faces anymore. You're kidding me. Wait, oh, you're right. Yeah, he did, didn't he? He used to do the soy face in a lot of these, but now he's got the smile in them. I remember there being more of the soy face, but now look, even like here 3 years ago. See, it's the same face. He puts the same face on them. Like he photoshops his own face onto... Kind of genius, actually. It's the same face. I gotta replace this one. Oh! Maybe he can't with this one. Because the head's too big? No, we could just black it out and then put a new one over it. Maybe he's lazy. His thumbnails have always reminded me of the airbrushed Kinder Bueno kid. I have no idea who this kid is, but he's creepy as f***, so yeah, maybe. Gotta respect the hustle, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie also. I don't respect the hustle, but I guess, you know, do you think most of the people who shit in him are actually jealous of his success? I don't think anyone should be jealous of any of this at all. While his free time seems minuscule, the rare times he does pull away from work are for dates with his girlfriend that center around activities that could enrich his videos because he considers a single hour of a date to be worth 100,000 had it been dedicated to work instead. Yeah, I don't envy him actually, you know? Like this is very much a dragon's hoard situation. I don't think the dragon is actually that happy. You know, the dwarves have dug too deep. Brain broken. Yeah, I don't know. At least he's not transphobic. What's the point of money if you don't have a life to enjoy it? Yeah, a lot of people forget this, but Marx wrote on this extensively. The bourgeoisie tend to be miserable because a lot of them are like this. You know, we have an impression of wealthy people being like self-aware about the money they have and just living with it and being happy, but no. The wealthier you are, the more likely you are to view your wealth and the accumulation of wealth as like a central driving goal in your life. So you make that about everything. There are so many ultra wealthy people who just like slaved away their whole lives and didn't make friends, you know? It's not like it is a common thing. It's just humans aren't meant to have all the bananas. Humans are meant to have at any given point in time 1 banana in their hand and maybe a few bunches of bananas in their hut. But if you start having a hut that you have to make 20 times larger for a huge pile of bananas, like you're just not supposed to. You're not even eating those bananas. Well, I don't think he's whining Paprika. He's describing what he's doing. He's just saying that it's, you know, causing him great mental anguish, which, you know, at least he's self-aware. Weird. Do you think MrBeast would ever publicly call Elon Musk more? I don't know. Probably not. Is Donkey Kong miserable living in his own hell with a pile of bananas? Donkey Kong doesn't have a giant pile of bananas. That's the whole point. All the golden bananas get stolen at the beginning of every game. King K. Rool takes the bananas. Donkey Kong's life is driven not by the constant accumulation of too many bananas, but the reacquiring, his rise back, right? It's a journey where his motivation is in part a product of the fact that he has no golden bananas, right? So, you know, I feel like if anything, He kind of does like the rags to riches bit.